Hey, so I just wanted to record some thoughts before the whole hololive countdown extravaganza craziness begins, because I think this is the best time to do it, right before the year ends. And I have some thoughts that don't really have a place to go or a space to unpack them. But I think it's really important that I, at least in some way, record it now instead of regretting it later why I didn't. Anyway, how I got into watching hololive. As you can probably tell, I only started watching hololive this year. It's not like I didn't know about VTubing or VTubers before that, but I was mainly on Twitch, so I did not know basically about all the hololive system or cover corp or anything like that. It's not like I never heard about any of them individually. I think I've come across something from Gura or Kelly, but none of them were represented to me. I think on YouTube or anywhere else as like a part of the whole collective. So I never really got into the whole thing or the whole culture and whatnot. And I think I saw on YouTube and because I was not watching VTubers on YouTube, I was not served by the algorithm VTuber stuff. And I think at some point I came across Fuwamoko's soundbite about the Bam 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 Fuwamoko radio thing, and that was cute. But I did not go further into it. I did not go and try to figure out who they are. Obviously, that was somewhat recently, considering that Advent is not that old as a gen. And then like every month or so, I got served like a Fuamoko clip or two. And then once YouTube noticed that I kept clicking on them one after the other, that's when I got offered the whole package or the whole deal, so to say, on YouTube. Once the algorithm figured out that I was interested in it, and then I found the Bibu uh, sticking out your yacht for the Rizzler kind of thing. And as much as that was brain rot, it also was quite endearing because even though it is something so silly, uh, if you so basically what I've learned from it is that it doesn't matter how silly something may be, if you are like sincere enough or enthusiastic enough about it, then there can be, regardless of the, let's say, source material, there can be basically good things can and will come from it. So at the end of June, I ended up clicking on a Bibu stream, and then someone gifted me a sub. And as they say, the rest is history. So what ended up happening is that I got sucked into the whole thing. You know what I'm talking about. And then you find one person, and then you see there's another one, and then they have gen mates, and there's another gens, and there's another branches, and then suddenly every waking moment is filled with hololive, basically. Mostly hololive and en, because by the time you see how many people are in holo en, you're kind of full, like your timetable or your schedule is full. And I regret that I can't clone myself. I cannot multiply just so I can watch literally everyone and everything they do, because everyone is so wonderful and talented. There's just not enough time in a day. That's why clippers, for example, are very very helpful, so that you can still feel like you are part of the events, part of the happenings, even if you can't catch the whole thing live. Same thing with WODs, that you can watch it back whenever you actually have the time. And I'm quite certain that basically watching hololive and seeing all these talented people work hard, trying to achieve, right? It's not trying to achieve, but achieving their dreams and goals. It makes it somewhat impossible for that to not get you going in some way as well, not motivate you somewhat, even if that doesn't mean like I'm not gonna be an idol, or I'm not walking the same road, but even just them doing their best is quite inspirational, quite motivating. But if I will go at a concrete thing that that whole life, or like whole Ian basically helped me with, is that I used to be when I saw someone, or I wanted to give positive feedback, or I wanted to praise someone for something that I liked, or I think that they did well, or that they impacted me positively in any way. I used to think that it doesn't matter. There are already enough people who give those affirmations, who give that positive feedback. So it doesn't really matter if I say it or not. And or the other aspect of it is that I would have to present that praise in a way that would be like special or unique, like so, a way that only I can say it. And then what ended up happening is that I even if I tried to actually give that praise or give that feedback, I ended up trying to shape it in a way that would be unique, and usually I just ended up deleting it altogether and not giving that praise or feedback. It's not only an internet thing, that it also happens in real life, or being somewhat afraid, or I guess wary of people calling you NPC, because that is a thing. That has been a thing, sadly, which I think is a whole another and quite big problem. Is that the people who would give negative feedback, they are quite outspoken about it. But if you are giving positive feedback, then you're not original, or you're just a part of the sheep or the collective, which obviously it is quite silly, especially in this context. But even if it doesn't get that far in your head, and you don't think about it in those terms, it can still end up with you not sending or not saying that good job, or nice work, or I like what you're doing, keep going, well done, things like that. So I and that is what I was trying to, and I am trying to improve on. And I think hololive helped me with that a lot. That it doesn't matter if someone else already said it, that good job. If you think it, and if it is sincere, then you should say it nonetheless. And there are a lot more things that I would like to talk about, and hopefully I will at some point. But then this would go on and on and on. So one more thing that I would really like to talk about, especially with the timing as such, is that as I came in, I was presented with all these wonderful idols or talent, and it's a lot. It's a lot, right? So you can't catch everything that they are doing, as I said. And then when you see that someone is graduating, and you don't have that like basically the undefined endpoint of your time with them, which is what happened when I saw when that Ame was graduating. Okay, it's not graduation. It is, you know the rest. It's not entirely graduation, but in many ways it is. And again, I'm only gonna talk about Holo EN because I don't know enough about the other branches to to talk about it at the moment. So I know that Sana graduated before my time. So again, I did not know her work all that much. So all I can really talk about it is Ame and then obviously Fauna right now basically. I cannot claim obviously I cannot claim the same emotional attachment, the same feelings and the same sadness as the people who were with them from the very beginning. And also if I think in the same manner that what would happen or how would I feel if the people who I got really attached to, those would be Fuamoko and Bibu. That does not mean that I'm not attached to the others. It's just you know you know how it is. Then obviously I am filled with negative feelings, and I'm quite worried about that eventuality. But it's not about that this time. It just it feels like it's unfair that I did not know them that well, but I did not know about their work that much. But when you kind of think that you have more time and then you don't. And even though you know that that's the nature of things, it can still feel a bit unfair. And at the same time, I empathize with the people who go through this while being very attached to those people. And I've seen some people say that, oh, don't get attached and whatnot, and then it won't feel sad. But I think that's quite silly. Like you lose. Obviously, you're not gonna be as sad if you don't get attached, but then you're also losing out on the good things, the memories, the feelings. So that's basically how I feel about it. And obviously, I as much as I can, I try to participate in the events and the streams after after the announcements happened. And in that way, it can be hard that you didn't even get over, or I get through the departure of one person, and then you get the next one or get another one. But at the same time, that is a good thing also, because you have time to cherish that last time, last month. And it's not like they are dead or anything, right? Like it's sad, but at the same time they are pursuing their best path forward, or trying to trying to find their best life, which I think is a great thing. And I find it a lot. It would be a lot worse if if they stay despite being let's say unsatisfied with the situation. I would assume that they are unsatisfied. That's why the departure happens, because they want to walk a different path. And I think that's wonderful, because at the end of the day, everyone, I think all of us want what's best for them. Obviously, when they leave, or if that means that they leave alive, that's sad. But it's also happy that they are moving forward. Yeah, I think this is pretty much what I wanted to say this time. There are a lot more things. There were lot of wonderful memories that were made in 2024, and I'm quite confident that there will be a lot more in 2025. For me, it has been a wonderful 6 months, basically. It's half a year. And it feels like every day is unique, every day is different. Every day there is something for me to look forward to. So thank you. Thank you, hololive. Thank you, Holo Ian. And Happy New Year.